What's up, you guys? This is Maurice at UsedSurf, and we're going to show you how to put on a traction pad. Alright, so let's go through what you're going to need to do this. Obviously you have your traction pad, and then I like to use either a pencil or a piece of tape to mark where I'm going to put the pad. Also, we're going to use a spray. This is Windex, but you want to use Windex, an ammonia base or alcohol based spray that evaporates quickly, and it'll get all the extra residue that could be down that would stop the pad from bonding properly. All right, we're gonna give this thing a quick little spray down and then wipe it. We just used our Windex. After we wipe this down, we're gonna take probably 2 minutes and let it dry. So what we like to do now is set the pad on the board, and we kind of estimate where we want to put it. Now we want to get it as far back as we can to the leash plug, especially on shortboards. Sometimes guys have them up further. We don't recommend that. We want it as far back as possible. Also, pads that have this little cutout make it easier to push it back against the tail. The main reason for this is so that your feet end up pretty much over your fins. What I like to do is I like to take a piece of tape and I set it right at the top. So I know that's pretty much where I want the center piece to go, because that's the one we're going to lay down first. The second thing that I like to do, I like to kind of look at the stringer and use the holes as well as the top of the pad to kind of find the center. So now we're going to take the bottom off of it and we'll peel that up. And I like to kind of either go left to right and just let it kind of work its way off of the die cuts, so sometimes it gets a little sticky around there. And I'm actually going to keep this white piece around because I'm going to use it to push down the pad after we're done. So obviously we know that we set our tape there, and that's at the top of the pad, and I'm going to set it down, centering it on the holes, and our first piece is down. Give it a little firm push, and then we'll go to the side pieces. Okay, so now we're going to put the one right side on. Some people might use like a finger width, some might set a pencil and do that. The choice is up to you, but I've done probably 1,000 of these or more, so I just usually go for it. So here we go, same thing. We're going to peel this off, just kind of at an angle. And then what I do is I set the back first, and I get that lined up. If you put it on the back, you'll notice you still have some play. So I like to kind of just get it where I want it and then push it down. And then I use this just for a quick little light rub. We're going to go over the whole thing when we're done. And now we'll do the other side, and we'll peel that off the same way, just at a nice angle. And then we will line up the back first and foremost, and then we'll kind of just get that angle, and that looks about right. And then we'll give it a quick little push. Alright, so now our pad is down. What I like to do is I take either the biggest piece or the most solid piece, and I go, and this is really slippery on this surface, so it works really good. It's better than your hand. And I push on all the areas that are like the edges of the pad. And I especially push down here where the pad meets the kick, because there's usually a little bit of tension there and it wants to lift, so I make sure that part is down nice and solid. And then I just go over all the edges, go over the holes, and then go around the kicks, and then bam, the traction pad is done and it's on. All right, so your pad is on. Last note is we'd like to advise you to keep your board out of the water for a good 2 or 3 hours. This will help the glue, the 3M glue, bond to the board, and then that way you won't have any problems with the pad lifting up at any point. All right, thanks you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave some comments down below if you have any other tips or tutorials that you want us to cover. As well, check out a playlist where we have covered some of those things already, and we look forward to the next video. Thanks.